Welcome, returning and new subscribers. This is your goddess, high priestess, Empress Ava La Pantera. I definitely recorded a reading for you all, and it was premiering. Come to find out, no volume. So here we are on a live. Welcome, y'all. It's been a little bit. As I told you in the previous live, this one here got work to do, so we out here working. Now, let's see what the messages are for the collective this time around, okay? And I'll see if some of the similar messages come out, because then if it does, you already know the vibes, okay? Let's see. I was like, I actually just message. Welcome, y'all, welcome. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, and ancestors that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me, as me, for you, and I collective to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, 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 and so it is. We're going to go straight to the tarot, okay? That's what I'm feeling right now. We're going to go straight to the tarot. Okay. So let's see what the message is. Appreciate you more, beloved. That message was let's see what comes out right now. Let's see what comes out right now. That shit was just mute. What's the message now for the collective, beloved? What's the message? Page of Pentacles. Okay. Something is coming in or has come in within the last 3 weeks that allows you to become more aware of your material world or surroundings. But this is also a new page in a new book, Page of Pentacles. So this is great to see, especially with the lunar eclipse we do have approaching us tomorrow, depending on where you're located, but Eastern Standard Time, 6:01 a.m. Page of Pentacles. There's something you instinctively went after, and you're about to see the fruition of it, because full moons are all about completions. Now, in the sign of Taurus, it really does speak of you releasing a lot of what could possibly put you into a position of replaying things that were traumatic in the past. And this could even simply be you and your surroundings, social relationships that you have, and being an empath, you can replay those scenarios because of the ability you have to be empathic, that is so sensitive that just with these energies around you, you are living that energy out, not the way physical experience, but more so through an emotional experience. So this would be something where you may not necessarily be able to put your finger on, but just off of what I said, that's putting your finger on it. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Then we have the Chariot. Cancerian energy at the bottom of the deck here. This could have something to do with your family, your home. So let's see, whoever you are, you're extremely sensitive. I'm seeing this here. You're very sensitive, very sensitive. So you have to be mindful as to what you have around you, because it can literally block your heart and your creativity. With the green and orange here, if this is someone that you are physically attracted to, if they are toxic, it's very easy for them to manipulate you because of the sensitivity that you embody. You're full of love. This could be a constant cycle that you always in here. The wheel's always turning. It's always spiraling, but you're going in circles. Five of Pentacles. Now, these two actually came out in the reading that I just did for you all here. That was mute. So you're about to receive an opening here as far as, but the only way you receive this opening is by you trusting your instincts and stop making yourself feel like you're the victim. Somebody in here playing victim, or this could be an energy around you that plays victim that you're being asked to cut yourself from. Divine timing is at play here. 13. Transformation. Let me see what these astrology cards are talking about so we can get a little bit more into this. The 7th house, this speaks of a partnership here. This area of your life, this message that's coming out to you right now, this is about the area of your life that is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Saturn. So you could have Saturn in the 7th house or Saturn in Libra. Okay, let's look at this astrologically so y'all can get some more info. Okay. Let me get to it, love. Hold on. Saturn in the 7th house speaks of you are cautious about marriage and partnerships and may delay getting involved until you are sure. So the issue you may have had in the past is moving too fast. This is going towards your level of sensitivity. You can tell someone's potential, but you can't force anyone into their potential. And for some of you, that was your karmic lesson. Just like for others, their karmic lesson, and people don't realize this, is the way that they respond to someone else's trauma and the way they respond to their own trauma and what they do on social media. Some people don't realize that a lot of their karmic lesson, or your karmic lesson, is having to do with the way you respond to someone else's response about their own situation, especially being an empath. Okay, so just be mindful of that. It says here, you often marry a widow or widower or someone older than yourself with Saturn in the 7th house. If there are no opposing influences in your chart, you benefit monetarily or socially through marriage. Okay. This is someone who takes commitment to another person seriously. And when not in balance, there are possible legal problems and a setback because of them. So there's that. All right, so we got that clarification right there. Let's see what else we got going on here, beloved. Let's see what else we got going on. I split the deck and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So some of you, this Page of Pentacles becomes everything you've asked for. It becomes everything you've asked for, but you got to keep moving forward here quickly. Now, this also came out in a previous reading. So there's something similar here. Some of you are definitely being enlightened through going back to where you were raised or going back to a situation within your mindset, the way you were raised, that allows you to see where you were moving quickly, that actually put you in this downward spiral. Okay. I feel like what I'm hearing is no love lost, which is also something I said in the other message. No love lost, but you're able to move forward because of forgiveness. This is no longer a bridge you will have to cross, because you'll no longer be coming back to this state or be coming back to this position in your life, because this is something that you have outgrown. Going back to it is only going to bring about the effects or results of what it looks like when you have jealousy, envy around you because you have decided to evolve. Okay. We have the Hangman here. Pisces energy. Gemini with the Knight of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Five of Pentacles, Taurus. And then we have the Death card. Scorpio energy coming through here. We are in Scorpio season. The divine is stepping in. Someone from the underworld or someone who has moved on is assisting you in this matter at this time. Assisting you in what exactly? Okay. Heart is racing right now, as a matter of fact, as I'm saying this. 13, 15, 115. Capricorn energy, Four of Pentacles. You have a legacy. Nobody's going to stop you from doing this. You reached a point where not even you can stop you from doing this. You're at a point where not even you can stop you from fulfilling this legacy in connection to the cosmos. I'm not just talking about your bloodline. I'm talking about your cosmic self, the legacy in connection to your cosmic self. Okay? It's a much different vibration. Now, your resistance to that, okay, it can make this process of your transformation a little bit more challenging than it has to be. The thing with this full moon, lunar eclipse, blood moon in the sign of Taurus is going to literally be basically like the slingshot that moves you from one position to another. For some, it will be uncomfortable because you still want to hold on to something that will no longer be there. Okay? It's really time to move forward here. And I feel like the universe presents you with this Knight of Swords situation only for you to wake up. Or for the collective to wake up. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let me see what comes up under this here. Because we have the 7th house out here now, remember, which speaks of long-term significant partners, long-term significant people. You had a lot of insignificant situations or people along your journey. Trust your intuition here. Let me grab another deck to clarify this. Trust your intuition when it comes to what it is that you see as support. We have the 10 of Pentacles. You could have Mercury in Virgo. You could be a Virgo. There could be a Virgo spying on you. Okay. Now, or this could be you. If you are a Virgo, if you're not a Virgo, this could be you in terms of a certain ritual that you are connecting to at this time in order for you to break a certain habit that you have. And you keep seeing something in your dreams that's telling you to get the fuck up on out of there too. Or for some of you, you're developing this gift where you're able to see certain things that are occurring or that will occur. I feel like some of you, okay, when it comes to someone transitioning, you're basically the vessel that can shift within worlds to help them to move forward the next 3 days. From the moment of transition and the 3 days after that. Because everything that they're normally connected to is going to be connected to more pain. But you're in a position as a high priest, high priestess, or someone who is highly spiritually connected to be able to go within realms to help someone transition over. 1455 on the timer, and 14 is the Temperance card. It could be a Sagittarius or Capricorn. Some of you are just realizing the role that you have in this lifetime. And you're noticing more of that as it relates to galactic signatures. Okay. Because there are different families when it comes to the galactic signatures, and you can, realize that you're connecting to certain people of a higher rank in the physical realm that you're actually here to guide by you just being an example within your own dynamic, and that energy in itself, the universe will take care of as to where it goes. But I feel like there's something else you have to tap into for it to reach where it is that you want it to go. I don't even want to call you a gatekeeper, but it has that energy to it. But there's something about you being able to help people to cross over. This could be afterlife or within this life. You're being asked to at this time to isolate yourself because this is a lot to take in. It's only a lot to take in because you feel like you have to express it to someone else, but you're more than enough to express it to yourself and figure it out with your angels, your spirit guides, and your ancestors. They chose you for this path anyway. So let's see. The Hierophant comes up, out. Comes up, out. Comes up, out. That's what I said in the last message. There's something that... Did I say that now? See, okay. I feel like some of you are in this space where your worlds are becoming one. They're merging so much so that, just like I was about to tell y'all something, it seems like your dream world and your reality are one, where you can speak of an experience, but then if you decide to figure out where that experience came from, you realize, oh shit, that's something I was dreaming about. And oh shit, this is something that happened in the physical realm. Then now you're realizing that they're merging together, and this is not something you can speak to everyone about. It's time for you to embrace being who you are, uniquely you. The only person you should be questioning about what you're doing right now is yourself. Okay. I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad you found this channel. I'm glad we're here as a collective at this time, because this is what I mean about getting the work done or going to work. Your job you can apply for anytime. Your work is your soul's mission. You're not going to find that. That's unique to you. Okay. Release to release and channel energy because it's... That's perfect. So we got 4 majors coming out here back to back. The Death card, the Devil, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant. Now, this here, what this is telling me, as far as why you would have to isolate yourself, because you can speak about some shit that most people are not comfortable speaking about. It's a fear. It's been a fear for you at one point, but you realize you've had plenty of experiences when it comes to transitioning and still being here in the physical realm. And this is what I mean about not being able to speak about certain things to certain people. I'm gonna let you know right now, it's all good. Do what you do. You can do this with self and your guides and the universe and the Most High. You were placed here in this lifetime, in this moment, for a particular reason. Okay? This is why I tell you about these different tools. Your natal chart, you hear often about gematria, your human design, your galactic signature. You start to put these puzzle pieces together. That's all the talking you're going to need to do outside yourself is when you research those tools and you start to see. And I'm going to be emailing some of you back as well in terms of your one-on-one personal readings. And that's another thing about this energy over here. When it's time for me to work with Source, it's me and Source. And if you're not patient with that process I have between me and the Most High, I'm not the person you want to read it from. Patience is key over here, baby. Okay? Look at this. You got Venus and Scorpio coming through. Well, this is Mars and Scorpio. 5 of Cups. Some of you have actually gone through experiences that you 22 just a while ago. There were sorrow, pains, and regrets specifically designed to you. And I say that in the sense of saying it to someone else. That's where I say you gotta ask people permission when you decide you want to vent. This type of sorrow, pains, and regrets that's been planted on your path for you to wake up is not something you would want to vent once you realize the capacity and power you have. Because not everyone can handle what you experience. Because some of you have a way of expressing your experiences. You got to be mindful of that when it comes to somebody who isn't fit to hold that experience to even listen to you. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Let's see what else we got going, baby. Ooh. The Ace of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces. I'm telling you, something about your work is changing here. You're going to have to isolate yourself to really trust your instincts about what your intuition is saying. Isolate yourself to feel and sense what your instincts are telling you to intuitively do. Spirit is all over you. Okay? But there's some root of a matter that's crowning your mind here. And for what I'm seeing, it's speaking of let go. Let go and let it flow. You'll see exactly where you're being led to. It's the Ace of Pentacles, which speaks of fulfillment, abundance, a new home, a new environment. When it comes to manifesting, effortless. It's like now you're able to hear what Source has to tell you, and this is allowing your manifestations to come into fruition much faster. Queen of Wands. I feel like you're someone who has constantly been giving your energy because you're generous and you're honest and you're also generous. And people love that about you, but they also hate that about you. So this is why it's important for you to isolate yourself to bring your energy back to self. Okay? Definitely did that fasting we recommended in the last video I shared. Let's see here. Let me grab an astrology card before I even go into that. Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles with these major arcanas here. Some of you are coming into a highly spiritual connection here. Like spiritually, both of you have a rank that is out of this world, literally. Power couple ain't even the words to describe this union here. You got Mars coming out. Which speaks of the I am that I am. Yeah, this is a god and goddess that's coming together here. Or this could be the god and goddess within you that is coming together. And let me see. And we got Sagittarius here at the bottom of the deck, which is the season that's coming up. Mars is retrograde right now. So when it comes to these partnerships that you have that are not, you're noticing that are not significant or along the lines of long term, it's time for you to release that. It's time for you to release that. Let me grab an Isis card. See, some of you have to be mindful with people that are close to you, like family members who use that as a tactic of manipulation, where something happens and to reconcile the statement of where family comes into play. Be very mindful of that, because some of you have karmic people in this lifetime as family members for you to learn a lesson of detachment. Okay? Because another thing that's being misconstrued is what forgiveness is. Because you forgive a family member doesn't mean that you have to reconnect with them. Some of you are reconnecting because you're forgiving. That's not what that actually means. Unless you're able to do so where something is not being repeated that you have forgiven someone for, or you have been forgiven for. If that's being repeated, there's no reason to reconcile, because you're just reopening a wound which has happened for generations already. Okay, and it's time to move beyond that so that way it's not repeated. No love is lost, but you have to grow from situations here, okay? I'm just being real with y'all because it's a lot can be prevented. That's why I say respect over loyalty. Everyone that's loyal to you don't mean to respect you. Shit's different. High Priestess again. The truth is being revealed in the eyes. Magic and ritual, Virgo energy, 6th house energy, and we have the Lunar Queen. Wow. She of the celestial crescent. That's something I also posted on Twitter a few days ago. And speaking of Takeoff, because in one of his songs, in the intro, it spoke about journey to Selene, and Selene is a moon goddess. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. There's a mystery being revealed in the eyes. Let me get these Egyptian tarot cards here. Let me see. I need to look at how I actually wrote what I wrote when I said that. The song is called Casper. Yeah, that was 3 days ago on the 5th. The magnitude of his power in the spiritual realms. Man. People don't realize the reason why they know a Migos is because of Takeoff. While everybody else was doing what they did before they got to where they was at, he was constantly in the studio. Let's see here what we got going on. That was just a massive wake-up call. Because he's a Gemini and Aaron Carter is a Sagittarius. Those are polar opposites right there. Within a matter of 4 days. Takeoff was the 1st, Aaron Carter was the 5th, and Aaron Carter has quite a troubling natal chart. Let's just put it this way. If you got Pluto and Scorpio retrograde, you better be mindful of the people you got around you. You have to be mindful of the people you have around you. We'll tap in with an astrologer on some real shit, especially if you someone who's, wanting to be in the limelight. 2 of Swords, Moon in Libra. What is that? The Crown? Is that the Crown of Hathor card? I'm not sure. Let me look into this right quick. 2 of Swords, the Crown of Ptah, which is Sekhmet's counterpart. Tenderness, friendship, and protection. The ship of friends. And for me, it's the ship where certain values are going to come to an ending because of a social relationship. Then we have the Emperor and the 5 of Wands. The Emperor, Aries energy, 1st house, 5 of Wands, Saturn and Leo. Be mindful of what you decide to sacrifice yourself for, or what situations are presenting themselves to you where there may be a sacrifice involved. The Emperor speaks of accomplishment. The ruler sits on a cubical stone as nothing can withstand steady creative willpower, stability, authority, integrity, indestructibility. The wake-up call is showing you what path to take so that way you don't destroy yourself along the process. And the thing with transformation, there is a destruction that happens for evolution. Now, that can mean so many different things for a lot of people. I'm going to tell you something right now. The way these readings are going to start panning out on this live, That's why it took me a minute to come back up on here. Keep it a stack. Let me see. Two of Swords. Two of Swords was the crown of Ptah, and Five of Wands is the power of Ptah. Division by mutual consent and competition. Ptah is on here twice. The path of the past is on here twice. Mars in the 7th house. Some of you have Mars in the 7th house as it's transiting Gemini, and the way my heart just palpitated just now. Trust your instinct when it comes to something that you're being left out in the cold about. Stay out, stay in the cold. Don't, push yourself into it to figure it out. Like, you trust, there's something about trusting your instincts before you make the next sudden impulsive move. Especially if you have 12th house placements, Pisces placements. I'll say 12th house. There's 12th house, wherever, if you have a planet in the 12th house, that is the part of your personality. The energy in connection to that planet is what you are self-undoing yourself from. Okay? Yeah. Mars in the 7th is someone who is highly independent and won't give that up in a marriage or partnership. Your relationships begin impulsively, and you are usually the aggressive one. Mars in the 7th house indicates that you may marry more than once, or that a marriage or business partnership may end because of the death of partner. This is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, this shit. The truth is being revealed in the eyes. You could have a moon in Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or Virgo. If you have a moon in Aries, you can feel when things are out of control. When I say out of control, I mean to a level where it's like, you could speak to someone with the moon in Libra and they would want to balance out the situation, but you as a moon in Aries know for damn sure something about to pop off. So with Mars in the 7th house, you're sexually passionate in marriage. But on another note, argumentative, and quarrels in relationship are possible and leading into early divorce with Mars in the 7th house. So if you are someone with Mars in the 7th house and Pluto, Scorpio retrograde, be mindful of who you have around you and who you select as your partner. You are definitely one that wants to be more tapped into astrology on some real shit, so you could know what's going on astrologically, because every planet is connected to an organ or a part of your body. Let me see. I'm telling you, because some of you have this gift, y'all. Like, yeah, you can see Two of Wands, Mars and Aries. You can see a lot that's happening, and certain situations have to occur before you finally realize, oh shit, this is who I am. This is what I do. You know what I mean? Welcome, love. So Let me see what else coming through here. Because what was this? Was which moon cycle was that? What moon cycle was that? Matter of fact, this was around July. This was during Cancer season. July 11th. 7-11. 3 of Cups. This is when that energy of takeoff came around. And I'm just like, what is happening right now? And I literally wrote down the visions that I saw, like the dreams but they were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is why I'm saying, like, some of you are tapping into this ability where you are someone that is here to help people cross over. The shit can be eerie at first, but you got this. You got this. Okay. This is why when you hear of certain people who are in the limelight or quote unquote celebrities, it may affect you more than your own family member because they may be connected to your galactic signature tribe. And this is what I mean about, researching and getting to know yourself and what you have around you so you can see what's your karmic lesson and your karmic reward. But let me see. That would be Cancer energy, full moon in Capricorn. Right? Yeah. During Cancer season, full moon in Capricorn. Which speaks of the end to a tough cycle approaches. The end to a tough cycle approaches. Now, you notice when you want to step out of something that could be quite daunting, you step into the spiritual realm and but you begin to do certain rituals and things like that. Now, a ritual is something as simple as each rising, the first thing you may do is go towards your phone. For some people, that's what they would do. Welcome, love. So, obviously, I don't feel like any of you in here that's been on this channel get spooked out by that word ritual. But if you're new to this channel, you're new to this path, a ritual is something as simple as that. Is what you constantly do. But you're doing this to connect to an effect that you feel at that moment is connected to your highest purpose or your where you're focused at the current moment. Where your focus is at the current moment. Okay. See what the moon cards have to say. Let's see what the moon cards got to say. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. That came out in the last message too. That was on mute. 44:21 on the timer. Okay. The divine realms is helping you to complete a cycle that leads you to where this prosperity is ahead of you. But what's ahead of you, it's at the forefront of your mind is what I'm seeing it as. And we have a full moon in Taurus coming up tomorrow, lunar eclipse, which speaks of a completion of something that you started during a new moon in Taurus, April, May. But there's a massive cleanse that happens in order for this completion to occur. This is a cleanse of the blood, a cleanse of the bloodline, a cleanse of past traumatic experience along the bloodline. So this would be a situation where you experience things that are happening through just your feelings, not an actual physical experience. But because you feel it, you may connect it to something that has physically happened. They're not one and the same, and they may not even be connected. There are so many things that are connected, but this is something that wasn't connected, but because you felt it and it matched the physical experience, you connected it to that, but that wasn't the exact expression or feeling of that experience. So what I'm coming to is basically like in the movie 222. Notice how once he was able to connect the dots about, this pattern that he kept seeing prior to the connecting of the dots panning out in the physical experience, he was terrified of flying, being a pilot. Okay. But he had a job that required him to be behind the scenes and help pilots land. So much so to a point where they are intersecting one another this close, kind of basically the way he met his counterpart. Well, his counterpart was in that situation where he almost crashed the planes because he had a blank out moment. Is basically where the will turned and the divine stepped in, so much so to a point where the clock strikes 12 like a Cinderella story and snaps you back into reality. It's like basically what happens is the universe opens up this window that you would have to go through a process of seeing certain patterns for this window to open. Okay, or else you'll miss it. Once he was able to put the patterns together, so much so that the experience started to physically happen, he was able to break through. And once he was able to break through, he was able to prevent a situation from happening that has happened in another lifetime. This is going towards where some of you have experiences or are literally closing out cycles from a past life. And this is why certain synchronicities, you see them happening. The more you start to listen, take what resonates. This is what I'm going to say. Take what resonates. All right. Just be mindful as far as like what you do. Okay. Once he was able to put those pieces together and the situation happened, he was able to prevent something by being at a specific position at the appropriate timing. And after doing so, he was able to fly. He was able to become that pilot. So there's something about that here. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Excuse me. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. It's when you have 2 full moons in 1 month. Within 1 month. Then you have new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. What's that? A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So let me see what's under communication. Nothing is yet set in stone. Some of you have to ask for something from the divine and trust the process, not what you see as timing. Use time as a synchronistic tool, or a tool of synchronicities, whoever I'm speaking to. And this is part of where you lose track of the days. You are isolating yourself. You are putting the puzzle pieces together here. You just got to be more confident in what it is that you're doing. Confidence is the key to your success here, and it's in reverse. You're not feeling confident about what you're doing. And it says believe in the impossible. So there are certain belief systems that you're connected to where you're unable to see all that is possible. And it's more so putting you at a practical state, removing you from the magic of life. Hold your vision. Let me see. Segundo. Where are... Number 38, you could be seeing that quite often. That's an 11 here. Dark matter, mystery. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's certain things that you're seeing, that you're experiencing. It's between you and your journal. Or you and this live. You, this live, in your journal. Endurance. So you're solid as a rock, though. There's a decision you make that allows you to be solid as a rock because of acceptance. And it seals the deal when it comes to your endurance. You reach the mark of enduring once you accept it. The dark matter you're connected to. The chaos. Oh, yeah. The chaos indeed. 9, 10, 11. There's 11 two times, and 11, 11. We have creation, water. These are two water energies here. We have the butterfly and the dove. Big Scorpio energy coming through. Either you've experienced a spiritual death recently, or a physical death that has happened around you is allowing you to shed the skin that's connected to what you believe is impossible. You can get up on this live all you want to now and have your moments where you're feeling strong, yes, but allow that to continue when you're not on this live, or when you're not in that mode of, that's basically when you are in a position where that knowing of yourself is being tested. Keep it going. Remember who you are, because you're more magical than you think, because it's already something within your heart. You're more magical than you think because it's something within your heart. I'm going to say it again. You're more magical than you think because it's something that is in your heart. This is actually what keeps you alive. Your mystery keeps you alive. Your gift is keeping you alive. Okay? And I'm not saying that to scare you. That's not what we're here for. We're Because if something I'm saying right now is scaring you, you don't belong here. With all love and respect, you don't belong here. Because that's the same thing that has been taught to the collective, which is why certain things are happening. Enough been enough. Thank you for your blessings and currency exchange, Goddess Fatima. Much love to you, honey. And then we also have this card over here that turned over, number 5, the equator, to make equal. To make equal. See that? $11.11.5. That's in 3 days. It's 12:33. Been seeing that quite often as well. And then we have the fire card here, ignition. So yeah, something about patterns and numbers is coming together. Some of you may want to watch a documentary on Nikola Tesla. Especially if you've been seeing 369 often. We have companionship, animals. I'm going to go towards the animal spirit deck, the animal cards that I do have. Okay? Because this is what's helping you to close out a cycle here. Because once we step into Capricorn season, this is where you start to use everything that has happened before Capricorn season, especially during Virgo and Taurus season, which is the other earth signs along with Capricorn. Let's see what's the animal spirit card we have at this moment. As your companion, you got to be shitting me. I'm telling you. You're being taken directly to where the fire is for transformation. Listen. Ashe, welcome, love. You're being guided like a moth to a flame for the purpose of your transformation. For some of you, it's to get you to a space so you're able to speak. But be mindful of what your instincts tell you when it comes to an area of your life or a situation that you may be impulsive about, especially with Mars and Gemini retrograde. Okay, it can heat shit up more than it has to. Especially the opposition that Pluto and the moon will have as well. It can make things go from 0 to 100 real quick. Damn. Okay. So we're looking at these animal spirit cards, right? To see which animals are your companions. For some of you, the spirit of the phoenix is surrounding you. Fate is at play right now. Okay. Listen, the reason why you have this intensity for the remainder of this year is because you're stepping into a 7-year and thoughts become things. Whatever it is that you feel and know and perceive to be who you are, 7, Libra, the balance, polar opposite to Aries, the I am that I am, temperament, is going to manifest in your reality. Okay? and quicker than ever before. It's going to move quicker than your intuition. It's basically the move of a spleen. The actions of the spleen, it cuts right through things. It's like laser focus. So your thoughts are laser focused to your physical environment. So you got to be mindful of what you're thinking, which also means you have to be mindful of those you have around you, what they're thinking in conversations as they're having with others, that especially if you're an empath, because again, this could be something that you will begin to experience within your emotions, not even the physical situations, just within your emotions or your thoughts. Okay. Because with the moth and the phoenix, all I'm seeing is you're being directed right towards the fire. And then Mars comes out. Right towards the fire. Oh, the frog, and it falls out in reverse. You're being shown everything that is toxic in your life at this point. The card that came out in the premiere that was mute was also a card that came out in the messages that I wanted to post earlier in the community section for y'all to read it. It was the abundance of Sothis, and the abundance of Sothis card came out in reverse. Okay, let me, where are you, boo? Right here. And right to the page. The reason why I'm going to this right now is for this specific line. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. And that message in reverse is basically saying, be mindful what you got around you that could possibly block you from expressing yourself and your true talents and gifts, because you don't want to outshine someone. If you're around anything or anyone where you feel like you have to dim your light, you're going to be directed right towards what that would be for you to make a decision on it now, not tomorrow, now. Okay. You don't need any more examples of people transitioning. Have y'all seen, if you haven't, check out Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams. That's his name? I'm having a, hold on. Because basically he's a robot that has the ability to be immortal, but he wants to be able to have the title of being human. But the issue with that is that he may look human and be able to do what humans do, but he's immortal. And the way the courts expressed that was that can't be, because it will create a lot of jealousy and envy. Being immortal, it will create a lot of jealousy and envy, but on the flip side, there are more things being done to prevent the ascension to immortality and the blessings and abundance that comes with it. And like in time said, it's not that there isn't enough, there's more than enough. But there are so many systems put into place that will give you the illusion that there isn't enough, which will now create the jealousy and envy, where one side, time is not a factor, and another, it is. So I say that to say this. To say a lot, actually. But you know who you are. Be that. If that requires you to isolate yourself even more, so you can live this life that many will deem more to be a fantasy, which is only going to strip you from your energy to actually move forward with what it is that is vibrating within you. Because most would need facts or proof of something. But for some of you, your proof is your vision. Obviously, this message ain't for everybody. Not yet. They said that in time too, right? It's not that it's no. Somebody else said that. It's not that it's not right. It's just not right now. Listen, my suggest to all of you, okay? You see so many things on social media coming in left and right now. Media is basically a medium. It's the sole factor of technology. So everything you see and hear, there's going to be so many different perspectives, especially as this age of Aquarius is building up. There's going to be so many different perspectives. What you're going to want to do is check in with yourself. Forget about the physical appearance of what you've heard about this person in the past. There's a message in everything you are seeing right now that pertains to your evolution. But if you get connected to a past collective experience that's not actually moving forward to where the earth is going, this planet is going, you're only going to be repeating a karmic cycle. Okay? That obviously you're going to always miss out on the reward until you decide to breathe, which is where breathing comes into play. Pause and respond to what it is that you're seeing or hearing based on what you know your soul wants you to, because there's things that are coming towards you for a reason. Okay? Things that are showing up on your feed. You don't have to, some of y'all already realize this. There's things that are showing up on your feed that you don't research, that you're just thinking about, and the shit pops up. Like it used to before when you would actually search for it. You're now seeing ads about something you thought about. Just pay attention to those little signs. They're bigger than just a little sign. That's like Page of Pentacles straight to the Ace of Pentacles like you got out here too. But going back to this message, you're being directed right towards everything that is considered baggage. Because a heavy load is detrimental to a frog. It's basically death to a frog. Okay. So, I'm also seeing that some of you are being brought back into this situation after a healing with frogs, because now you can actually move through it, grow through it. Get one more. The peacock. Oshun's energy, sweet waters, and then the butterflies come out again, which is the dark mystery, the dark matter mystery card. So what I'm going to do is, let me look more into this message here. Where is, yeah, it's in here. Boy. Well, Aries, fifth house, power over 7 scorpions, 38. The world still has mystery, and this is a fine thing. Just because you cannot see it doesn't mean it is not there. You do not have to know the details of everything. Some things are better not revealed at this time. Have faith. Imagine an elemental force that makes up possibly 85% of the universe that you can't see and remains elusive, but you know it is there. Imagine this elemental matter, and elemental matter is called dark because it's hard to perceive and it doesn't interact with electromagnetic radiation such as light. So it's virtually undetectable. Yes, mysterious. It's not that anything isn't there. It's not that something is not there. It's just not virtually detectable. It says here, how do we know such a thing exists if it remains invisible? The math says it's highly probable due to the way the universe behaves. In practice, the term dark matter is often used to mean only the non-baryonic component of dark matter. We still don't know what dark matter is made up of, although there are many theories. Scientists have managed to categorize dark matter by cold, warm, and hot, terms that refer to velocity rather than temperature. Dark matter is the subject of a huge amount of study. For now, we know we have a mysterious force that holds the universe together, which is a fantastic concept and one that invites the idea of the unknowable into the frame. Science doesn't know everything yet. And that dark matter card is connected to the element of air. I'm going to grab one more. Can I have an additional message here for the collective based off of dark matter? What would you want them to know here? Science doesn't know everything yet. You know the collective you have present. What would you like to tell them in relation to that? The soul, passion, which is the result of an emotion. Number 14. And it went to the equator card, which you also have here, which speaks of find the balance in your life. Equality among people is a worthy goal. You are worth it. Do not compare yourself to others, as this is a useless task that only leads to unhappiness or things not happening. There can be a happy medium. There doesn't have to be an extreme reaction all the time. And the soul card, speaking of passion here, it says, what is the spark? What is the spark that lights you up? The divine lives within you. Consider your motivations carefully. Consider your motivations carefully, what moves you. Know where your resistance lies. That in itself, you can break down so many ways. Consider your motivations carefully, what moves you, because inspiration is external, motivation is internal. and know where your resistance lies. So this could also be where you are telling yourself or fitting an illusion into your life that doesn't exist, only just to be comfortable, to prevent yourself from shifting. Okay. Which leads to a lack of motivation, which is where you're constantly finding yourself seeking inspiration, but not using whatever it is that inspires you. We're getting closer and closer to Capricorn season, which the mantra is I use. So we want to really, step away from lying to ourselves about where we are resisting ourselves from following what motivates us. Okay. It says here, we all have more than one purpose in life, and having a passion makes us feel more alive. And this is connected to the word of power, which is psyche, which means soul, mind, and spirit. It says here, the idea that passion lives within your heart or soul is both an ancient and common one. To put your heart into an activity means to dedicate yourself completely or to make a great effort. To live your passion means your soul is expressing itself through someone or something. The Greek word charisma means gift of grace. In ancient Greek, it meant literally a gift shining through. Passionate people are easy to identify. They are focused, action-oriented, and propelled by their intensity. The friend that cannot stop talking about their new love interest, the teacher who lights up when they are teaching their subject, the scientist who stays up night after night happily working on the research, all are examples of passion in action. Whether you believe in the concept of the soul, it is hard to not believe in purposeful passion. We do not need a spiritual framework to see the good being managed when we try to attain something we want or believe we can do. Now, we do not need a spiritual framework, as it is not something that you lack. You just choose to step away from, to see the good being engaged when you try, basically being at a point of indecision to attain something you want or believe you can do. So this is a perfect explanation of passion where it can go either way. It's like the misuse of power. Prometheus is coming into play right now. It's like it's being given a power of the gods, but still moving like someone who is mortal, where time is a major factor to the point it prevents you from moving forward or influences you to rush. Either way, you're not focused on where you're at right now. And the key is, when it comes to your motivation, is to be where you're at right now. So you can clearly see your next destination, removing the smoke off the mirrors or any delusions that that you can create within your own imagination, which will be the lower frequency of Pisces. And Neptune is in Pisces, so it's going to take you from one of those spins if you allow it to. Okay. So let us finalize this, my love, with an Isis oracle. I will be back tomorrow with a full moon lunar eclipse live. I just had to touch base with y'all because I literally, recorded you. Some of y'all probably saw that, the premiere started. I had to cut it because the whole shit was mute. But it brought me to you now. Let me grab one more message here. Fully rely on God. Ashe. The God is the I am that I am. It's within you. Fully rely on what your soul tells you, what the self tells you, because that's where God speaks to you. For real. And we have the serpent of fire as the final message. At the bottom, we have divine sun child, blessings of the sun falcon. I'm seeing the 9 of Pentacles pop through here. Some of you are definitely stepping into your independence or your own business. You're receiving a lot of help from what the divine puts together for you at this point. With Jupiter and Pisces, yeah. You'll either elevate or destroy yourself at this point in time. This energy right now is bueno. Isis, priestess of the serpent sisterhood and queen of the serpent of fire, guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Trust that you are growing and more capable than you have been previously. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. The serpent head piece of Isis represents the inner fire serpent or Kundalini as it rises in accordance with spiritual growth and empowerment. This happens when the time is right and we are ready. It is important to realize that your energy, your inner energy and power is growing now. You will need to get used to new levels of strength. This means that you will need to adjust your sense of your own abilities to meet your new levels of energetic empowerment. You will need to realize you are capable of more than you previously were, and also you may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, thoughts, and actions. Now, wherever you hear that word need, this is areas of your life that were lacking for you to move forward. When you grow stronger, your words, thoughts, actions, and intentions gather potency, more so than before. Your responsibility for what you put into the world grows too. In the same way that a drop of water causes less movement than a tsunami, your emotions and words will have a bigger effect because the energy behind them, your serpent of fire, is awakening. I'll say that again. In the same way that a drop of water causes less movement than a tsunami, your emotions and words will have a bigger effect because the energy behind them, your serpent of fire, is awakening. Isis can help you manage this process so that you will put out into the world, so that what you put out into the world comes from a place of wisdom and love, service and compassion, healing and awareness. One of the first lessons of this card offers you is the recognition of your power. It is perilous to underestimate your spiritual power, as you can unintentionally create harm by not realizing that your actions and words have an effect on the world around you. And the effect of those actions and words comes back to you multiplied as karmic return. And this is what I'm saying. If you find yourself in a position where you're unable to express yourself, this is something that you just need to express between you, your camera, if that's what you want to use, your paint and your brush, your pencil and your notepad. That's where the expression is going to go or should go. So that way you have an outlet to express that. The serpent of fire calls you to become aware of your power by having an open and curious awareness and noticing with detachment and clear perception the signs of confirmation that you do have an effect upon your surroundings. You can then manage your power with greater wisdom. Pulling this oracle, it doesn't say, it says with the Eye of Horus, which came out earlier. I'm going to continue with this part of it though. Your mind has a lot of power, and sending negative or vengeful thoughts towards another, even if it's just in the rash moments of anger, can be harmful to them. If you catch yourself doing this, it is extremely wise to go into your heart and apologize to them and send them love and disconnect. Okay? And send them love, even if it's just someone walking down the street or driving a car. And the entire process happens in only a matter of seconds. That's the energy that we're in right now, where things can go from just a scratch to an entire tower moment that the whole shit is being demolished from a scratch. Okay? So you need to start from scratch. Then it says here the other lesson or second lesson of this oracle is to trust in the process of the inner fire and what is being burned away. Just as the serpent sheds its skin to reveal itself anew, there are changes happening inside of you, and some old identities, beliefs about yourself and others, old habits or patterns of behavior that will not survive the growth into the new expression of you. Whilst you will likely be happy to let these go, there can be uncertainty and a sense of not knowing who you are anymore as you transition between the old and the new expressions of yourself. This is a sign that you are growing in a profound way rather than something to be avoided. It can be embraced as confirmation of this growth. Lady Isis, or Set, priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, understands that in the growth of spiritual power, old forms are burned away to allow for new life to emerge. It is safe to trust that any endings or discomfort as the familiar begins to make way for the unfamiliar in your life now are signs of your growth and are to be celebrated. So go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's the key to this. The rest of the year. Shit. The rest of your eternal life. And that doesn't have an end to it. I'm just saying. Okay? So that is your message, my love. I will see y'all in the next live. Okay? That will be tomorrow because we definitely got to get this full moon vibes in. So just have a wonderful evening. Get some rest. Drink you some water.